Welcome back to another video. We are assessing the damage to the Corvette today from last time we drove it at Orlando Speed World US Drift Circuit Round 3. We are getting ready for the next round as well, so I'm going to show you not only the damage to the Corvette, but we picked up a whole different car that we're going to switch to. I think you'll really like it. It's a proven car. I'm going to show you right now after this, but first we're going to kind of explain what happened with the Corvette. So we were too gripped up, had too much toe in the rear, dynamic toe, wet and dry. It was changing the toe so drastically that I would clutch kick from wet to dry and it would just break the drivetrain. So I've completely fixed the toe in with a kit from BrakeBank. Bryce at BrakeBank sent me a whole bunch of stuff to change the rear brakes in the Corvette, and it's gonna make it awesome. I'm not gonna get a chance to really drift on it because I'm actually gonna list this car for sale, switching to the new car. So we're gonna get a chance to drive that new car in this video. First time we're gonna drive it is gonna be USDC last round, round 4 at Sebring International Raceway. It's gonna be a good time. Weather's beautiful. It's Halloween time, so it is starting to get real nice out here in Florida. So let me show you guys the new car first, and then we'll get to work on the Corvette. Okay, so a lot of you guys will probably recognize this car. This is a Pro Spec car from 2024. It actually won the championship. Tommy Lemaire is the previous owner, and we drove all the way up to border of Canada to pick it up. It was a good deal. It's a great car. It's very proven, obviously. But let's go over the build a little bit to show you guys kind of what we're upgrading to. So it is a S14 shell, Nissan S14. It is full FD cage. It's got a 14.9 carbon Kevlar body kit on it. It's a little rough right now, but it is a really good kit from M-Spec Performance, and it's still got quite some life left in it. It is a V8, 6.2 liter with aluminum sleeves. It is fully built, all forged internals, which is a huge upgrade from the Corvette's internals. It's a similar block, but it is a huge upgrade. Texas speed heads on it that are all built up as well. It's got a custom fuel cell in the rear. Everything on here was done properly. Rear mount radiator. It's got nitrous setup to cool the Magnuson supercharger on there. It's a Magnuson 2650, and it's making around 900 horsepower right now. And it's got a little bit more room to go if we wanted to get a little more out of it. So it is rocking a GSR 4-speed dog box, which is awesome. Always wanted, that was the next step for the Corvette if I hadn't bought this car. The idea was that the cost of this car minus what I could sell the Corvette for was about the same as if I had upgraded the Corvette to a dog box with a quick change, which this car is light years ahead of the Corvette in terms of power and setup and safety as well. So it was a no-brainer to spend the money now on this guy and sell the Corvette down the road once we get it right for the next buyer, and spend the same amount of money. So it is running FDF on this car. It's their V3 front angle kit and their V3 rear grip kit. It's running a Scale Pro suspension on here, so it's their, I think it's called their Pro Drift suspension, and we got enough spare parts to rebuild the coilovers a bunch of times, a bunch of different spring rates for different track applications, and overall just set up beautifully. So we had switched from FDF to WiseFab for the Corvette, so I'm kind of excited to see how the FDF feels on this, especially since it is a generation newer than what we had on the Corvette before. It is running a little bit more expensive race fuel. It's on some X98 instead of E85, so we have to order that fuel. We can't just go to the gas station anymore and pick up E85. It is all configured to pass Pro Spec Tech, so I never have to change anything other than making it more comfortable for myself, which I already did with the seats and the steering wheel and just some stuff inside the car to make it so I was comfortable with everything being within grasp of me. It is on a Link G4 ECU, again, because of Pro Spec requires it, but it's a pretty good system. But it all goes to ECU Master PDM power management system, so we can control everything right on the dash. So all of our lights, cool shirt, cooling system, fans, fuel pump, everything like that is just right there in the palm of my hand. and then we have the aim dash to be able to monitor everything. So D&D stuff inside, I was really impressed with the quality of this D&D stuff. I actually like it a lot more than everything I've tried before. These seats are super comfortable. Steering wheel is pretty good. I think I still like my Grip Royal better, but the steering wheel is nice. And the Sparco pedals that he put in there feel much better, obviously, than the OEM stuff that we had before. We put off the stickers that were Tommy's, and I haven't designed any sort of livery yet, but for next season, we're going to pull off all the stickers and design something else that is for our sponsors. But I overall have only pulled it on and off the trailer, have not even test driven it yet. I was trying to get a little bit of practice before going to Sebring, but kind of just in the back of my mind thought, well, I'm not high up in the championship for Pro-Am anyways, so let's just use the last round as a huge practice day to get used to the car. And then Sunday, which is the day after Pro-Am, we are doing V2 labs, which probably include in this video as well. A bunch of ride-alongs and fun times and partying at V2 labs, so it's gonna be a really fun weekend. We're gonna go practice hard and do some competitive stuff, and then we're just gonna give a bunch of free ride-alongs in either this car or the Z that we have. I haven't decided yet. Kind of depends on how everything goes this weekend and how much tire we have left. So I'm gonna load everything up in the trailer, get ready for this weekend, and then we're gonna kind of assess the Corvette real quick, and then we're gonna get on the road and get set up and start driving.
Yep, that shit is broke.
Here we are at the last round of Sebring, US Drift Circuit. Just warming up the car, nice and bright and early in the morning. Gonna hit our driver's meeting. Kevin's giving it the okay or not okay.
It's a good car.
Good car.
I want to see you drive it.
I want to see you drive it.
I'm not driving. Your seat now.
I'm not driving, you're driving.
Oh, I'm driving.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
I'm not driving. I got the car, now I need driver mode.
It's alright, first lap, you're gonna go straight out in the tandem. No previous laps of the car, we're just gonna go.
That's the way I do it. That's the way you gotta do it. Just send it. Literally just send it. That's all you gotta do. That's how you do it. Just like this. Kevin here, the GM motor expert. He used to drive God's motor, and now he's working on a GM.
Pull all these oils off and pull the valve cover and look at it.
We can drain the catch can too if you want. To vent it a little.
It probably wouldn't hurt.
We get the thing. So a little bit of a leak from the valve covers after 2 laps. So we're just gonna tighten it down. I think that's the issue. Hopefully the gasket is good. But we're also gonna look at some other stuff and make sure, but the car feels good. They're literally using the chair as a headrest.
You didn't pack any pillows.
You have a chair, my guy, with a backrest.
Still a headrest.
Under your head.
I'm comfortable with it.
You look very comfortable.
I don't know why you're hating.
I'm not hating.
The
I
breeze
appreciate it.
flowing through here is nice.
Car.
Smells like
It made it 2 runs without opening the motor.
mold.
Got some good practice laps at Pro-Am. Didn't win any of our battles, but to be expected, it's the very first time driving the car. But I started to get it dialed in and get some good lead laps in. And when it came to main competition time, I just choked up and didn't have the best chases. So now we're going to Mystery Meet, and we're gonna sleep there in the trailer overnight, and then we're gonna take people for ride-alongs and get as much seat time as we can.